Saturdays used to mean tailgating and watching the Buckeyes of Ohio State take the field in pursuit of another title. Then life happened. Now it's laundry, groceries, and maybe youth sports if I can get them on board. I'm still a fan, I'm just rooting for a different team. One that feels a little bit closer to home. It's Saturday, but I still have to wake up super early, just trying to get a bunch of stuff done so I can have my day. I think we have a pretty big game this week, but I got to be honest, man, I'm just not into it anymore. So this guy decided to wake up super early this morning to show a little bit of, I don't even know what you call it, dedication, compassion for me. Put the dishes away, be self-sufficient, make breakfast. And that kind of helped because now that's one less thing for me to do. And of course it was a bribe because he really just wants to go to Charlie's Collectibles. So Dave's is way too far. I'm not up for Dave's. So yeah, I think we're gonna go check out a comic book store. Is it today? Sean Williams signing at 11 o'clock. The Generation X's own X-Pac will be in the building. Charlie's is actually really cool. They end up getting, because we went there just one time before, but they have like tons of events. They have little conventions. I think we went there for like a Lego convention, which was pretty cool, which was in the last vlog. But yeah, they do a lot of events. What are you doing? Grab $50 fast pass to get priority access. $60 for an autograph, $100 for an autograph and a selfie. If you guys were chipping in a little bit more, we can make things like this happen, because who does not want to meet X-Pac? And wrestling is probably one of the primary factors into me becoming a professional artist, because, you know, the pageantry and the lighting and the pyro and the excitement, like, I was a wrestling kid for sure. Watching athletes compete is exciting, but there's just nothing like having a front row seat and cheering for your kid.
Dad, look.
Because it's mending me is.
What else does this place have? This place needs to be bigger, don't you think?
X-Pac! You want me to blow a circle?
This is a bad idea right here. I very clearly remember my first football game. Freshman year of college. Had never actually watched a game. You know, I went to some in high school, but never paid attention, never cared. But being at a Big Ten school where I knew football was very important, I kind of embraced it. It was the environment, it was the people, it was the climate. And then, of course, my school went undefeated. We won a national championship. I remember jumping into Mirror Lake. I remember storming the field. And I remember eventually the riots on 11th, 12th, and 13th Street. That was about the last time football really mattered to me. Like when I was in school, when it was part of the community, it was part of the culture. And then after I graduated, I was still in town, and it was still very much what happens on Saturdays. The whole city shuts down. It's football time. But as I've gotten older, moved further away from the university and not really had that same affinity that I used to have, I kind of don't care anymore. Not to say that I'm judging anyone who does care. Definitely not knocking it. I think there's incredible value in the experience, incredible value in knowing what's going on, which I always try to kind of keep up with a little bit as far as like, you know, what teams are playing in the game or who's the superstars and stuff like that. But I'm just not into it like I used to be. With that said, I'm happy to hear that they're the number one team in college football. But these days, I'm rooting a little bit more for my son. Sports in general meant a lot to me when I was younger, but as I've gone on and started my own family and, you know, been a dad and had to kind of deal with, are you naked? And had to spend more of my Saturdays dealing with his sporting events instead of the ones that are on national TV, I've had to make a choice. And my alma mater loses because I care about my son a little bit more. This year, I'm not sure if he's going to play any sports. It might just be we spend Saturdays skateboarding and going to the comic book shop. But ultimately, I would much rather give my time, energy, and attention to my son than the Buckeyes of Ohio State. I think I did tend to have that pride in the university and the team, but the older I get, the more I remember that I never played on the team. I rarely went to the games. I used to sell my tickets. Like, I wasn't like a hardcore fan. It was just cool that they were winning, and, you know, I happened to be there during a really good run. For me, Saturdays are just not for football anymore. But I'm still a Buckeye. OH.